Okay, due to little people touching my phone, this is gonna be number 2 video. Sorry, I have to stabilize it somehow. This one, sorry about that. It just doesn't work when how I want it to work. Oh, he's sad now because I scolded him. I kind of like felt him feel bad for what he did. Sorry, you little guy. So here's the frustration part. Number I don't know which number. So they asked me. So that was the first day. She asked, what language do they speak in? They didn't ask me. They asked the father. Father's talking to them. I'm just like on the background with one of the kids in my lap. The other kid is with him, and so they're asking him what kind of language we speak at home, and then he says English, and then they're like, well, they give them a piece of paper and a pencil to draw, and they're like, well, what do they know, like what's English? And I was like, well, we can draw Mickey, we can draw flowers and stars, we like stars and flowers, huh? And so my baby girl started making circles, and my baby boy was like holding the pencil like a knife and like scratching real hard. And so they say, well, they have 3 other older brothers. Well, what language do they speak at home? And he says, well, they speak English too. And I was like, well, we can debate on that, but like whatever. And so but basically, people who talk to me in the house, they speak in English. And because the babies are most of the time with me in the house, they speak in English, and so they understand English. And so the first day was like, okay. And so, but then the last one, when we sat down with her and she gave us some kind of ceramic wrap, like in small boxes, 2 containers of it, I was like, random. But everything that is from the kitchen is helpful, I guess. And so she was like opening that booklet again, and I was like, why do we have to do that again? And so she was asking again, what is the language that they speak at home? And he says English. And she's like, well, do they have any people talking to them in Japanese? And he's like, well, not really. And so it just automatically makes you feel so guilty. You guys, you have no idea. They just made me guilty that I'm living in Japan and talking to my kids in English. It's just this amazing feeling of, what are you doing in Japan if you're not talking to them in Japanese, kind of thing. And it will be probably hard for those poor nursery school teachers next year when they start talking to them in Japanese, and then those two will be like listening to them and looking at them like they're coming from Mars. And so I think that got me the most. That got me because it brought memories. I remember my first and second boy, when they started going to the nursery school, especially my firstborn. He was, because he was with me all the time, and we would just speak in English, and he knew a lot of words, but that was in English. And so when he went there, the teachers were pretty much reporting to his father that like he's very angry and very frustrated because he doesn't understand what they've been telling him. And eventually he learned, like that's what he explained to them, that my other 3 kids went to nursery school for 4 years, and then from the age of 2 to the age of 6, and then they go to elementary school, and now they speak Japanese fluently. I mean, probably their English is declining actually, because it's not improving. Their English is not improving because they're not doing English work with me anymore. They just rebels. So their English is really declining, and their Japanese is improving because that's what they learn the world about in English, in Japanese. So pretty much he was telling them that it will be okay with the twins too, because they will be here and they will be living in Japan, and they will be going to nursery school probably for the next 4 years, and it will be okay. They'll learn the language no matter what. And so, and I have to listen to all of that. I just have to listen to all of that and just be there as this like ghostly presence in the background, just listening to that, and obviously taking it as, what can you do about it? Unless I pack up my stuff and leave with my kids, what else can you do? That's all you can do. It's just taking him to nursery school and starting looking for a job, right? And hopefully my company takes me back next April. And so yeah, I don't know. It honestly, just because that was emphasized twice, plus my boy's teeth, it made me feel like guilty. Like serious, it just makes you feel like really bad that you are here and you're not teaching the kids their language, the language of the people you live with. And yeah, it made me feel absolutely not good feeling in my heart. It's full of frustration. So when I came back home and I told my sister, oh, okay, I'm home from this chick, and she's like, oh no, before that, when I was telling her that we were going, she was like, okay, I'm here to listen to. I know it's really frustrating, and be prepared. And so I was like, I didn't even mention to her like I was going frustration. She just knows, because she goes through the same thing over there too, where she lives in different part of Japan. So yeah, the frustration is real, guys. The struggle is real. It's like their way or no way, and their way of doing things or no way, or like if you don't do it their way, they're asking you why you don't do it their way, because their way is the best way, like of brushing teeth, of washing hands, of teaching the kids. So one of them, she was asking him, the father, why do we point at things like do I as a mom, do I teach them the names of the items, or when they want something, do they say it with words, or do they point, or what do they do? And I was like, well, they point. She points. My baby girl, she points. When she wants me to sit down next to her, or to move her to this chair or whatever, she just taps on the chair. If she wants something, they point at things. And they have gestures, like when they're hungry, they rub their tummy, and if they're thirsty, I have to guess that one. If they have their diaper, they start touching the diaper and pulling it down. So I know. But here's the thing. I talk to my sister as often as I can. We talk to each other in Bulgarian. I talk to them in the house in English. They hear some Japanese here and there from TV sometimes, and when the father and the three other older boys talk to each other, they speak in Japanese to each other. So they hear all those three languages, and those social workers, and I don't know what MBA or whatever their no MBA, medical education they have. If they haven't learned that multi-language kids do not learn to speak until later, that means to me that they haven't done their job. I mean, seriously, that's like a study that has been for so long out there. Kids who have bilingual, those kids are trilingual. And so they hear three different languages in the same house at the same time, and so of course they cannot really make sense of things just yet. They cannot grasp the idea of okay, for example, this is a book, this is also kniga, and this is also han. It's just, I mean, they will learn it, they will sort it out in their brains, but it takes longer than if it's just one language. And here it's not one, there are three of them. So, and yeah, I do sing to them Bulgarian songs. My grandma, my mom always sings to them this one song about washing hands and face. And so they know the gestures, and they hum the song with her. They don't know the words yet, but they hum the song. And they hear those Japanese nursery rhymes on their here we have like those toys with touch buttons, and then they sing those like this thing can sing lots of Japanese songs here. For example, which one was the Totoro one? Watashi wa genki. So they know those songs too. So they're like multi. And then from the YouTube, they learn the nursery schools and the nursery rhymes in English. because they watch Cocomelon, and Cocomelon is awesome, by the way. I recommend it to everybody, like those ABC 123, ABC TV, whatever, kids TV. They have really, and my sister sent me this on the mail yesterday. This one is a train. This one sings in English, and I'm not sure if they got this thing in Japan, because in Japan all the toys sing in Japanese, but this one sings in English, everything, so it's pretty awesome. And it tells you things in English about the weather, the colors, and so I don't know. I think it's in instead of like looking at my kids as the different ones, the black sheep that are gonna be like having hard time with the Japanese, I think if they didn't see it like that, and if they saw it like as an opportunity for, oh, you know, those nursery school teachers are gonna learn a lot of English from them, or they're gonna push their hardest to learn some English, like some basic English, so they can communicate with my kids. Because for my kids, naturally Japanese is gonna flow in, because they're gonna be surrounded by it every day from 8 in the morning till 4 in the evening, in the afternoon, so they're gonna learn it. But like those nursery school teachers can also learn some English, you know, especially those young ones that know it hopefully more than the older ones. But yeah, so I just I apologize, this is video in two, because my baby boy here, he loves to touch things, touch buttons, and including mommy's phone, so it's okay. I give a smile, oh, give a cry, okay, give a cry, okay, I love you. Anyways, so yeah, next time will be 2 years check, and they will they said that when they're 2 years old, they're gonna check again their speaking abilities. I'm like, I don't think there is anything to worry about my babies and their speaking abilities. They once, I'm pretty sure once my baby girl starts talking, she's gonna talk nonstop. That's just girls' nature. But you know, they're just probably more like curious what kind of language they're going to be speaking. And at the end, that grandma finally, I think she saw my frustration, and I was just already like ready to go, and like don't even give a crap about what she's saying. And she was saying at the end, oh, it's okay, I don't really know any English, but it's okay in any language as long as they understand and recognize those items. I'm like, hallelujah, kind of thing. So just let me go and go home. Seriously, for me it's just waste of time. It was, you know, useful to see you know, the measurements, to see how she's 10 kilos and he's 12, and that they're only 1 centimeter difference in the height, so that's pretty good. And oh, and there was this comment from the father, because you know, in Japan the body structure of the people is that they have really big faces, their heads are pretty big, and then you know, neck, and then the body is longer and the legs are shorter. Well, my body structure as a Bulgarian, as a European, as a Caucasian, I would say, is my head is small, my body is short, and my legs are really long, and my arms and legs are really long. So that's how I am. And so some of my kids are like that. I have a kid that is not like that. He's like Japanese structure. My baby girl, face wise, she looks Japanese, but she has really small head. Like she has tiny head, like the scalp is really small like mine. Look at this guy, guys. I mean, his head is almost as big as mine. And he has Japanese head. His head is really like long here, and hers is really small. And so the father was making this comment like, she has really small head, huh? I didn't say anything. I was like, hello. My mom, her mom is like that. Hello, what do you want her to look like? Anyway, so look at that, you guys. She's playing with her belly button. Where's belly button? Belly button is so cute. Wow, who's smashing belly button? Where's belly button? Here's belly button. Here's your tummy. She likes to be on the train. It's really cute. All right, so with all that said, it's good to share with you guys how things work in Japan, raising twins who are number 4 and 5, and to share with you all the frustration of a mother who is not really familiar with the ways of the people here, even after living 11 years here. It's just, nope, nah. I would gladly pack up my bags and leave in a heartbeat and don't look back. Like I really would, if I could, as fast as I can. Anyways, all right, cheerios or bye.